I could still do that. And that just drinking led me right back to using pain pills and, heroin because I wasn't sober. I was thinking, I could just do this one time and I'll be fine. I'm not physically addicted. But prison didn't help that aspect at all. It might take you out of the situation for a little bit, but it's not going to help you mentally, emotionally, or any of those. It's not going to teach you how to cope with life, which I think a lot of people don't know. I didn't have any coping skills. You know what I mean? That's
something that probably should be changed and looked into. We need to.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And that's just my opinion.
That's what I'm going. Yeah. No, it definitely is. I'm just going to interject my opinion here really fast, but they make so much money off of it. They make so much money off the drug epidemic. The prisons are privatized. Will they ever do it? Will things ever change? I don't know. I hope. That's what I'm going to school for. I originally was going to school to do drug counseling, but now I want to do it on a social justice level, like more of a macro level, and change some of that because probably 50-60% of the people in prison are drug offenders where they just have a drug problem. If we could just they would never commit crime or sell their pain medication or break into people's houses to get money to feed their addiction if they weren't addicts. So if we could fix that problem, our crime rates would drop, but then they wouldn't make as much money. But that's just, again, my opinion.
No, I agree. And something, just doing some research before we did this, I looked up the National Institute of Drug Abuse, and it talks about what is drug addiction. And I'll just read a little something off that. It says, addiction is defined as a chronic, relapsing brain disease that is characterized, and that's the point, and I'll read the rest of it, but that's the point that I think a lot of people who've never experienced addiction or never seen addiction or really doesn't have an open mind, and I think going into it, you've really got to have an open mind about it. It's a disease.
Right.
It says...
It is. And
go ahead.
It's hard to explain to a person that doesn't want to see it as a disease, but I can tell you genetically, on my biological father's side, I was never raised with them. I never lived with them, and almost every single one of them are alcoholics. And I ended up being alcoholic. My sister and I grew up in the same home. We got the same nurture. We had the same life. She's not an alcoholic. Now, that's just my case. And whenever I would drink, I could physically feel the difference in my brain.
Right.
Like I knew a switch was being flipped. So, people can say it's not a disease, but I truly believe once you get sober, if you go back, then that's that's your fault. But as a teenager, when I had that first beer, I never would have in a million years thought, I'm going to pound this whole beer, I'm going to black out, and that's going to be the start of me in alcoholism. I never thought that.
Right, exactly. And on this little article, it goes on to say it is considered a brain disease because drugs change the brain. They change its structure and how it works. These brain changes can be long-lasting and can lead to many harmful, often self-destructive behavior. So when it's changing the brain and doing different, and I'm not a medical doctor, and I've said that before, but it changes the structure of the brain, or not the structure, but it changes the chemical balance in the brain, and it's a disease that just like cancer would be.
Right.
So at what point you went through prison? At what point did you decide enough is enough, and I'm going to get sober and do what's right by myself and for your family?
Well, actually, okay, so prison didn't do it. Losing everything didn't do it. I got pregnant, and when you're addicted to opiates, it's not wise to just put cold turkey when you're pregnant because the chances of you losing a baby are really high. Right. So even, I was on high risk maternity watch and everything, but the doctor, he said you have to, continue, whether it's with methadone, pain medication, whatever it is, you need to continue using it, and then just, you're going to have to get yourself weaned off. I was still obviously in the middle of my addiction, so I tried to wean myself off. And the safest way I knew how, but also my brain still was not wired correctly. So I thought I was doing the best thing for my child by even not doing methadone, because I had heard all of these things, that methadone was horrible for babies. So I didn't do that. And for another, I was, embarrassed, even though I did tell my doctor pretty much up front the situation. Well, I ended up in Georgia for my grandpa's funeral, and I wasn't due for about a month, and my doctor said to go ahead and go, just stop every once in a while, to make sure I didn't get clumped. So I get to Georgia, and I'm at my grandpa's viewing the next day, and I go into labor that night. So I ended up having my son in Georgia. They didn't know me from Adam. They had no medical chart on me. All of my history was in Ohio. All they knew is I tested positive for opiates. So Force Children's Services was called, and even in the middle of, I was still in the middle of my addiction, and my brain and everything, it's almost like insanity. I just thought I was going to be able to take my baby and just leave and go back to Ohio. I looked at the doctors like, what do you mean I can't take my baby? Like, I don't live here. I don't even have anywhere to live here. And Children's Services just said, well, you can't, now you have this Children's Services case. And I think I was terrified, and I thought maybe I could just go to Ohio, and then when he's done, when he gets out of the hospital, just come and get him. But I realized quickly that wasn't going to happen. Probably the next day after I had my son, some kind of maternal instinct kicked in, with the help of, my mom telling me, like, this is what you need to do. I started calling treatment facilities to get myself into treatment right away. And in Georgia, they have a really good program where you could take your kids with you when you go into treatment. So I knew that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be away from my son. I didn't want my son to have to go into foster care. If all else failed, I was going to let my mom take him. But by the grace of God, I got into a treatment center on my own. I was able to bring my son there almost immediately, and my caseworker said, it's never happened before, but he was back in my full custody. He only went to foster care for maybe 12 hours, and that was just to get him transported to me. And that's never happened in Georgia. So, I give credit all to God for that one. But I also, whatever maternal instinct that got me there, like, I knew I was going to do everything in my power to make sure my son was with me. And in the beginning, I still entertained the idea of maybe drinking again, even when I was in treatment, because that was such a big part of my life for so long. I couldn't imagine going to weddings. I couldn't imagine going canoeing. Little things, like without having a beer. And I think as Americans, we're kind of have that ingrained into us.
Right.
That those are the normal things to do. But I started going to AA meetings probably 5 times a week while I was in treatment, and I started attending church, and I don't know when it clicked. I kind of can think of the day, and I just knew I was done, and my son was more important to me than anything in the world, and I was just willing to do anything. And I attribute this almost all to God, because I can't put a finger on why it works for me and why it doesn't work for other people and why they relapse. And it's so hard to explain a spiritual thing, but like my pastor said the other day, like, I don't know, God did it. You know what I mean? And I haven't had any cravings, and I don't have those feelings of wanting to go get high or wanting to go drink. Every once in a while, like, someone will say, like my sister, when can you drink again? I think you're fine now. You figured it out. But that's only because I'm sober. So for me, even if I entertain the idea of having a beer or something like that, now I can rationally say, okay, Brandy, but to your son, and then you can't drive to the hospital, and then you that one beer. The next week you're going to say that's okay. And so whenever it does come up, I know that it's just not part of my life, and I'm so much happier now without it. And I have a beautiful, beautiful son that I look at, and I just never want to give that up. Like now I'm in school, and I'm on the dean's list all the time. I just bought my own home. Never thought that would have happened. I never would have. I always thought I was going to have to go live with a family member when I was old. I was like, I'm never going to have something to call my own.
So are you able?
I never, assumed. But go ahead.
Are you able to have fun? You're able to have fun without the drugs or the beer, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think I have more fun because the obsession is not there. I don't have to worry about, I gotta make sure I have enough beer to make it through this canoeing trip, or I gotta stop over here so we can. I have so much more fun sober. I went to a Chris Stapleton concert last summer, and I remembered the whole thing. I don't know how many times I went to concerts. I saw Chevelle 4 times, and I don't remember one of them. Paid all that money, and I don't remember any of them. I'm like, maybe I'll make it to number 5, and I'll actually say whether they're good or not. I don't know.
That's no fun.
But yeah, I mean, I have way more fun now. I can get up. I feel good. I can go do things. I don't have to worry. It's just so much pressure is relieved not having to worry about drinking or getting high. It's just my world doesn't focus around that anymore. It's like freedom. You're finally free. You're not chained to this.
So in your addiction, you felt out of control. You didn't have much that you felt was going on in your life. You were bouncing from houses. Outside of the addiction, once you took control back over of your life, you own a house. You're back in school on the dean's list. You actually don't you kind of run your own business going on right now?
Yeah. I'm associated with Thrive, so I'm a brand promoter for Thrive, and a big supporter of it, not just because it's supplementing my income, which is excellent because I'm a single mom, but honestly, as a single person, it's really sometimes hard to get those happy to share.
I'm sorry, you're kind of breaking up right there. Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay. But yeah, so chemically your body it's just harder once you've become sober to get the energy levels back and everything, and it's really helped me a lot. I wish I could market it that way, but we can't make medical claims, so I can't tell the sober community, like, hey, try this, it'll help you a lot, which I wish I could, but I can't legally. I can't tell people, like, this will help you improve your depression. I can't say those things, but for me, it's an all-natural way to feel the best I can again. So that's why I love Thrive, and that's one of the main reasons I do it. I would have never been one of those marketer people otherwise, probably.
Right.
But it truly has helped me. And, like I said, the extra income is a bonus because I am a single mom, and it's not always easy. I mean, every day God provides for me. I shouldn't, if you look at it on paper, I probably shouldn't be able to own my own home and have a brand new car, but I make it work, and God has always provided for me, so that's a really good thing. And I don't drink, so I don't spend money on alcohol.
On the booze.
On the booze. So when everybody else is spending $7 on a shot, I'm saving it.
I really appreciate you sharing this story with all of us. Is there anything you want to say before we end the podcast here?
Well, I just want to tell people, don't give up. Even if it seems like you're in the most hopeless place, whether you're sober, whether you're not sober, don't give up. Nothing in this world is so bad that it can't be fixed. Everything can change overnight. You just never know. Just don't give up and just keep fighting. And if you know someone who is struggling,